baby. 0-0. It's time to start. Thank you, Susie Q, and all the Raiders from Susie Q. Hope you all had a chance to get in on Susie Q's upcoming giveaway, and make sure you go to her channel, check out the videos, and get all up to date as to what you got to do to make sure that you're in like Flynn. And I thank you very much for stopping by here earlier, going over there, all that good stuff. It's sweet, man. All right. Well, yeah. You know why I go live? Because they can't stop me. That's why I do it. Yes, sir. I don't know if there's a better reason than that, but if there is, I don't know what it is. All right, everyone. So, once again, I'm beset with a pile of pennies. As I was asking in the chat over there, some of these pennies are gross. I mean, they got the green goo on them. You know what I mean? And I don't know how to do it. I'm just separating them out because I don't even really want to, be on them too much. We got the Morgan on the coin cam right now. That's a live coin cam on the Morgan. And we'll be using that to take a look at anything that we come across that's worth putting up into there. But this is what we're dealing with here, is this ew. Yeah, I'll just put that away for a moment so you can see the ew. But everyone I saw in here with the cancer, the green yuck on it, I took out and threw back into the original container. And we'll just, anything that we find that's too damn yucky, we're just going to throw it back in there. Because, ew. And then I'm going to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, you don't clean them, but they're pennies, so who cares? And if there's something I could throw them in that would make that go away, I think I'd do that. Because, ew. If you know what I mean. So, anywho. Ew. Well, that's got a little bit of schmoo on it. I'm reusing a set of gloves here. And I'm using gloves this time because... Ew. All right. Oh, a little tear in there. Well, that's what she said. Still good. We can still use it. It'll be good this time. It'll be all right. That's what they both said. And then later they said, damn. Oops. Mistake. Well, I remember every little thing as if it happened only yesterday. Parking lot, baby, and there was another car in sight. And I never had a girl looking any better than you did. And all the kids at school, they were wishing they were me that night. Had our bodies are oh so... Oh, pardon? Dime Dog Darren, yes, because I have had cats and I do have dogs, and so dog. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Alrighty. Well, I got a big, huge pile of pennies in front of me. I'm not sure how far I'm going to want to go through all of these, but let's do some of them anyway. And I've got them on a towel because last time I put them down on my mouse pad and... Ew. If you know what I mean. So, all we're going to do is separate 1900s pennies from 2000s pennies, and anything that's ew goes back in the ew pile, this pile. But I've got a couple of jars here, and I have the scope ready, and we'll just, I don't know, take a look through these chat. Anybody brave enough to come on up with me tonight? Want to share the limelight, so to speak? I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more on that. I kind of got my... So anyways, 2000. So that's it. 1920. So we'll do it this way. Yeah, if you'd like to come up as a guest tonight, I think we could definitely do that. Look what we got here. So I have no idea what we'll find in this, and there's a penny that is not a Canadian penny. Diamond Dog Darren. Diamond Dog Darren. It is nice. Okay, so and also another thing here tonight that I wanted to show you is that I'm so an advocate of you stream if you want to stream. Use the stuff you've got. And although I'm blessed to have some stuff from, music and whatnot from before, I also have a zip for cameras. And so for cameras, I'm using 4 different Android pieces of equipment. 3 phones, 1 tablet. And with IRIUN cam, IRUN cam, I guess you'd call it, I'm able to put together my opening scene, which doesn't involve any cameras actually. This one here, which involves me over here. That's the me cam, I guess you could call it. And the coin cam, that's a different phone. So there's 2 cameras in that shot, right? The me cam and the coin cam. In the next is just the coin cam. In the next shot is the overhead. That's a different phone. That's right here. And the coin cam. And legit. Hey, legit. Happy to have you in the room. Oh boy, hang on a second here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Let me quickly... Hang on a second, kids. I'm getting lost in it. Let me just quickly click on that. So many things to do. Okay, listen, if you're in the room right now, quickly put something in the chat. I'm going to capture all the names that are here and begin building the list for the giveaway at the end of the night. So if you want to be in the giveaway at the end of the night, I'm going to want you to chat something right now, please. I'll count it down from 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I'm capturing the names of the people who are here right now who have chatted in the chat. And that's going to begin the name list for the giveaway at the end of the day. And sorry, forgot how to speak there. Making the list is what I'm saying. Forgot about that part, kind of. I set everything on my desk in a certain way, and I don't have the kind of access that I would like anymore, and I'm pushing the wrong buttons to boot. All right, let's see what we do here. All right, that looks good. Okay, so far my list is Anna, Archaeology Mikey, Bionic Bull, David Carlisle, myself, Heavy Metal Detective, and Legit Sir Moobs. So, as we... hard are words. Me get things backwards and have Twelfth Mubble, but I got a great Douthmochter who's going to fix me. Prob Noblem. As long as I don't have to do any mathing, I'll be fine. Okay. Oh, I see. Right. Still learning the little tool here a little bit as well, I must say. I should be able to enter more names here. I'm not sure here. Hang on a second. I don't know what I've done here. I'm starting to feel like George. Hang on. Clear list. Paste. Okay, but what do I do after? Oh, boy. Yeah, no, I don't got a clue. Not a clue, kids. Okay. Mark. It's almost like you need an extra hand doing this, you know? Heavy metal, yeah. Legit. Gail was here before. I'm putting her in. Let's just see here. Jack Galman. Indiana Taurus. Let me just see here. Don't want to leave anybody out, honestly. So that pretty much take care of it. That's Gail. Jack was here. Anna is here. Heavy Metal Detective's here. Good. I'm all caught up. So thank you, by the way, also for a bunch of you who stopped in as soon as I went live and then followed me over asking or did what I asked you to do and went over to Susie's. I appreciate that, and she was pretty flattered to have a bunch more people. Nearly kept her up all night. Too bad. It's a problem, eh? Such a problem. Anyways, so we found this, which is not a Canadian penny, but is a penny from somewhere. I'm not sure where, but actually I do have more than one of those in the collection. This maybe I'm going to change this a little bit, though. Fine tuning. Who'd have thunk it? But I've never done this with gloves on to begin with. And I can't say that I have much of a system yet. But that will work itself out, as it always does. Now that's kind of in the way. Give me a minute here. There's just a couple other things I need to move. Anna lurks, the best of them. Anna lurks with the best of them. All right. I'm sure that will work. I'm sure that will work. Okay, so we know that one. It's the one with no date where you would expect to find it, and that makes it a 2002 commemorative. Goes into the 2000s. Right, let's just see here. Pardon me. I'll throw up the link, and we'll see if anybody feels like coming aboard. It'd be the first time I've thrown one of these open in a while. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Learning. What does it mean? There, copy to clipboard. Copy to clipboard. Paste. That worked. So there it is. I'll be waiting for someone to pop on up, if there happens to be someone. I can make this big. It's fun to play with all the little buttons, dials, and dealies and whatnot, so I will put that back. And that's what I like to do. I don't know, are you? David, I didn't notice. David Carlisle. No, you're all good. No worries. Besides, you probably deserve it, so what could possibly go wrong? All right. So we're back to looking at that. That's a 2003. We're just looking at pennies. That's all we're doing. Nothing special. We're going to find a 2006 maybe that is, no privy mark and magnetic. That's just kind of the one we're looking for. There's a 2006 that has a privy mark. That's magnetic. Oh, do. Ooh, that's a lot of coins to hit with the magnet right away, but let's hit them anyway. I like your style, Dave. We can work something up, buddy. Me and you, we could work together. You know, George and Nick have something going down. So that's not true. That is not true. I'm joking. I know of no special behind the scenes deals between those two gentlemen, fine Canadian gentlemen. I know nothing. Yeah, I know. You do a live and suddenly you got to get dressed. It sucks. I actually got everything ready, sat down in my chair, grabbed my shirt, threw it off like I always do, threw it over on the chair there and realized, yeah, no, that's not going to fly. It's not like we're on Twitter here and I'm, you know, a gamer, right? Just using the magnet to harvest out all the magnetic. No, that's got cancer on it. Screw that. That goes into the hole. If we, I want to know how to clean those. I don't know how yet. Nobody's told me. So, but once that green cancer gets on the pennies, there must be something you can do. The magnet's not having any problems pulling out magnetics still, so there's plenty of those to be had in this pile. And it's in the magnetic one that we'll find the 2000. You know what we should do? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to harvest all the magnetic ones, and then we're just going to look at those together tonight. So screw the going over all the 20,000s and 1900s and whatnot. We're just going to go for the dough here. It's making a reasonably big pile anyway, and I didn't want to be on stream forever and ever, so we got a plan. There you go. Some people fail to plan, some people plan to fail, and some people YOLO it, baby. YOLO. Friggin' YOLO. That's an ugly cancer. You gotta go into the cancer jar. And if you have cancer or know anybody that does and that bothers you, I assure you I don't mean it in any kind of way. I had some myself, but they cut it out. Cut that out. They said, I can cut that out. And I said, by all means, have at it, buddy. And they cut it out. So I'm all good. I didn't even have to have any particular treatment. Well, that's not true. They put me on a bunch of different drugs afterwards, but well, I think there's a chance we have harvested. Oh, never mind. Harvested most of the magnetics. I see some American coins in the pile. That's nice. Nice to think that there's a lot of copper here. You know, that's kind of nice. These days, with the Canadian penny having gone bye-bye. Oh, right. And there are a couple of others that I pulled out of here that I will share with you before we do the magnetic ones. So let's just get rid of these. I'll YOLO my mat for those few. I'll just take this and put them away, sort of, like I'm organized. YOLO. Welcome again, of course, to the Dimebag Darren's World Headquarters in the corner of my living room. I'm happy to have y'all. Oh, yeah. So this is the newest view. This gives you a pretty good kind of... I can see the chat right there. Got a nice big up and down of the chat that you can't miss, which is important because you forget to look at the chat and then you're kind of a crappy host, is what I've learned from, I think, maybe chat number 1 and chat number 2 that I had. Down here on my table below, that's a portal from Facebook. And what that does is just lets me see if we're streaming on a different device other than the computers that are in front of me. And what you see in front of me is all just one old computer. It's got a Intel 40-something processor, so it's quite old. And it has a GeForce 760 video processor in it, which is so old kids would not use it for gaming. But it will run you 4 monitors. So all you got to do is pick up some monitors on Craigslist, because that's where these kind of came from. And it's a reasonably old yet reasonably decent computer. And this is really easy to do, what you see in front of me. This is 2 19-inch computer screens in the middle, and 224s turned sideways. Luke Duke. Luke Duke. Hey, bud, let me put you on the list. David Carlisle. Yeah, David's on the list. Luke. All right. So, I think we've got a pile of magnetic pennies, and we're going to go looking through them and see what we find just for the hell of it. I started off with a big pile of ugly pennies, and I separated out the really ugly pennies with the gross green growth on them, and then swept it with the magnet to see what else we would find. I'm adding everybody to the list. There's going to be a modest little giveaway at the end of the thing because I'm not monetized and I'm not capable of buying my way to stardom like some people. So I'm going to give away something modest. Probably, you know what it's going to be tonight? It's going to be on... David, thank you, man. It's going to be one of the sets of quarters. So, and it's going to be a set of quarters that I'm going to choose because I'm going to choose them based on which sets I have the most of. But you will get 2 quarters. One of them will be the painted, one will be the unpainted version, and I will send them to you. And that will be tonight's giveaway gift. So it's a set. And now, give you an example. I will get an example here. Let me just, me and the coins. There we go. Give me just a second. A modern day warrior means mean pride. Today's Tom Sawyer means mean pride. Whose mind is not for rent to any god or government. Just continue. So there's the quarter, the current, most recent, I guess, painted aside from the toonie. And there's the set. So you might end up with one of those. I might send out that. Or here's Tecumseh. He's a hero of the War of 1812. And here he is in frosted version. You might get a set that looks like that. Now, in some cases, some painted coins don't have unpainted sisters, brothers, versions, if you like. So if you get the Cancer Awareness pink ribbon, you might get the Stanley Cup. Okay? But if you were to get the women's hockey, you would definitely get the unpainted women's hockey. All right? Of course, there's the bison and the unpainted bison. Now, all of my coins are pulled from circulation. Understand that I'm not telling you, and I would never say that these are from uncirculated rolls. People have those. They're better, much better. I've taken these out of circulation. Some of them have a little marks from circulation on them. Some don't. And ones that were really ugly, I left in circulation. So there you go. Here's the poppy from 2008. And our veterans, a young one and an old one, the sides of their faces showing these are Canada's war veterans. Here we have the double poppy, as they call it, as I call it also, 2010, I believe. And the bravery. This is one of my favorite coins for the way that maple leaf looks in there. So I've put that one together. Of course, the peregrine falcon has its colored and not colored versions. So those are available. Okay. Back to the heroes of the War of 1812 with Der Salaberry and his frosted face here. Laura Secord in both versions. And Brock, right? Brock, exactly. Brock. in both versions. Now, that's kind of how I paired them up for the most part. There's a few other, let me just grab those two since I'm at it. Why not? I didn't plan for this to be a commercial, but what the hell, right? Might as well show them all off. So there's the Orca, of course. That has an unpainted version. You've seen the Bison. You've seen the Peregrine Falcon. That's Bison. Bison, Bison, Bison. Well, these are in short supply. I think there's like one of these right now. They are not easy to find. That is the large poppy and the unpainted large poppy. Okay. There's the Canadian flag and its unpainted version. Let me just put that one up there again for a second. It was a little bit momentary considering it's my flag, so let's give it a moment. Yes, sir. And that basically does cover all of the commemoratives that are painted and those that are not painted, how I've paired them up. Now, the deal is what's rolling down at the bottom of the screen there, the tray of 20. That means for 20 American dollars, you pick 5 of those combinations, a total of 10 coins, and I'll send them out to you for 20 American dollars deposited to my PayPal. That's how it works. That's how you get them. I have, oh, by the way, only one of each type. So you can't ask for more than one of any particular sort in that deal on the tray of 20. So $20 does the trick. I will get them out to you in Gmail afterwards. We'll send them normal mail. Nothing special unless you want it. And if you want it, then you'll pay for it because I'm covering basic everyday mail. If Popzilla can get an American Silver Eagle to me in the basic mail, then crap it. We can send anything. And so I am. Okay. So where were we? Yes, we're looking for 2006. So there's a 2001. This won't take long because there's not that many there, honestly, but there's enough so that it's worth looking through now with you. The other ones are, not going to find the pot of gold in those other ones except for if we should ever find a 1999 with the P, because that was a test planchet that went out, and if you can find it, well, that's a woohoo moment. We haven't had any of those. 2001. Under the Penny. Ooh, that's got the green goo. 1989. 89, pardon me. That's not a penny. Or, if it is a penny, it's an old one with wear. Because it doesn't feel right in the... Hey, Susie Q, thank you for coming by. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got a neat little group here tonight. Susie, now, how it works on my giveaway is by showing up, I put you on the list. You don't have to be here to win. But at the end of the night, we will have the duck race. And your duck will be in it. And as long as you check the video, tomorrow or the next day and get back to me, then you can win. Your place is valid in the win until my next stream. And then after that, it's gone. So I stream at different times. So for some people, they'll get more time than others. Sorry, too bad. That's just how she goes. But that's how it works. Hopefully that works for you. Now, where the hell was I? Oh, yeah. This thing. What the hell is that? Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew that wasn't a penny. Republik Deutsch. That is German. It is. Denmark? Pfennig? Yeah, it's a pennig. You know what? I hate these gloves. They suck. Screw it. I'll risk it. Get out the hang on. Ew. Well, Here we go. Can't take it, kids. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Okay. I think I feel better now. It's a placebo effect, I'm sure. So one Pfennig, that's German. That is not in the upcoming video that I've already made and not yet released of foreign coins. But you know what? I haven't released it yet, so I could tack them on the end. Well, you'll know if you get to the end of the video I'll release soon with foreign coins in it, and the coins I'm about to show are there. That'll show you I didn't slack off and I edited it one more time. I'm glad you are, Susie. That was a good... I'm not usually very funny, truthfully. Alrighty. Oh, we got one of those from before, 1 penny. So that's not the first one we found. Right on. Okay. Oh, and very magnetic according to the magnet. Suck that one right up. So, all right. Oh, okay. There were other things found earlier. I didn't share those because of the wonderful things I does. This was in there. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I pulled that back. There was a nickel that I pulled out of there, too. But there was nothing particularly remarkable about the nickel, so there's no real reason to discuss it right now. But it was something I threw up here, I think. No, that's not it either. But that was definitely here. Now this is so cool because it's UK money with the multi-sides. I like that. We got some UK friends too, so hopefully pretty soon we can get some trades going on that can benefit all us collectors and get us some of these neato UK coins. But even beat the hell, and that one's obviously got a fair bit of road rash. I think this is the only one I've got that looks anything like this. This is cool. Happy days for me. Anyways, back to the look for the 2006, which we likely will not find it. 2008. Yeah, it was pretty neat, Anna. I thought it was all right. Did we get anybody yet? I have to do the small thing. Nope, nobody's come up to visit yet. I think it makes a sound if you do, but I've got it full screened and I might miss. So if you're coming up, say it in the chat too, and then I won't miss you, I promise. Well, that's that nice commemorative with the date on the back that I keep on getting plenty of. That one's got a little scar on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's the one, 2002. Plenty of those in circulation. That one's got the black muck on it. Oh, it's a... See, now, that's the kind of thing you're looking for without the black muck. It's a 2006, and it is magnetic. But if we flip over and check out the effigy of our queen, there's going to be a mark underneath her. And if that mark isn't there, then... No, it's there. We are not in the money, if you know what I mean. 2008, 2003, 2008, 2003, 2008. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. Okay. Ooh. Well, it's got ugly schmoo on it, and it's a 2008. And it's going in the ugly schmoo jar. Oh, no, it's trying not to, but it is going into the ugly schmoo jar, whether it likes it or not. 2003. And there's the 2002 again. Oh. I still want to know how to clean schmoo-covered pennies. 1995, going into the 19 jar. There's got to be a known cleaner for getting that copper goo off there. That's considered okay to use or something? What's the riddle, Dave? You write it, I'll read it. 2003. Second here. Yeah. So I will say this though. I have been using IRIUN cam for a little while, and I thought I had been using it on my 5G 5 gigahertz connection on my Wi-Fi around the house, and for some reason since a couple days back, I'm not too sure how long, it stopped working properly on that, and I had to log into the 2.4G network that the house Wi-Fi has. And since then, I've found it's not performing quite as well as it did previous. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, although I'm still a pretty big proponent of their product, because it lets me use 4 devices at the same time for cameras in a live stream like I am right now, I'm a little concerned that the performance is lagging as a result of that. So, I mean, while there's always a downside, and proper plugged in USB webcams are almost always, plugged in dedicated hardware is better than using non-plugged in, non-dedicated hardware in most cases. So, take things with a grain of salt. But again, I'm still a big proponent of you doing streaming with whatever it is that you've got as quickly as you can. I'm going to do a little adjustment here. Okay. 2 ducks in front of 2 ducks, 2 ducks behind 2 ducks, and 2 ducks behind 2 ducks. How many ducks? Two ducks in front of 2 ducks, that suggests 4 ducks. 2 ducks behind 2 ducks, and 2 ducks behind 2 ducks. I'm confused. Did Muscle Shell teach you this riddle? Because it sounds very Muscle Shell to me. I think everybody should duck just in case. How about that? Luke says 12. I say you're going to trick me into doing math, you bastard. You can't trick me into mathing when I don't want to math. There's that nice. I love the way that looks. Just looks gorgeous. Anyway, we know that's a 2002. Luke is on 12. 2008. Everybody getting ASMR'd by my passing traffic? Hopefully you're liking that. Actually, let me try a different setting here. All right, that might even be better. If you're into the ASMR of the passing traffic on the street outside. It's not quite as good as it was on previous days because it's not wet outside. Let me just make a little adjustment here. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. We'll try that. Let me make a little adjustment here now. Da-da-da-da. There. Playing with OBS, using OBS and then bringing it into StreamYards as a virtual camera. So that lets me to do this stuff. I enjoy this. There we go. All right, just a few more pennies to check out. Coin cleaning dilemmas giving me an idea for a morning show. It was the news to show what I was in the past and how they did things in the old days. Yeah, I think in the old days when it came to coin cleaning, it was not as taboo as it is today. I think way back in the day, if I remember correctly, the idea of dipping your coin in some kind of a coin cleaner was not really frowned upon. It was okay to knock off the tarnish off your silver, right? But these days we don't knock tarnish off silver. We leave toning on silver, right? Here we go. Let's take a look at these before we're all done. 2003, ugly as can be. 2008, and I'm not late. 2001. It's funny how the camera works. It looks like it's not focusing well at all, and then I just put my finger on the side of that and just give it a little bit of the right angle. And it's the angle of the dangle, folks. Truth be told. Can Susie vouch for that? Is she still here? Pardon me. It is also spring here in British Columbia. When I say spring, I mean, they're talking about plus, 18, 19, 20 degrees Celsius. That is, high 60s, low 70s kind of thing for you all folks. Only Muscle Shell has the answer because he seems to have all the questions. He's good that way. He is good that way. Oh, pardon me. You are right. It's supposed to make a noise when you're there. Dang it. Some sort of little pop-up sound. Oh, I guess I got the speakers killed. Well, I don't really. Oh, well, pop in there again. I've got it made small now. If you're there, I'll pop you right up. I've got it small. It's very small. Did you mention? Oh, I didn't say I was good at this, for Pete's sake. I'm very small. Anyway, let's take a look at a few more coins there it is. Beauty.
Here we go.
I do have to put the headset on or turn up the volume.
Here. So what's the rules on your stream?
Bud.
Is there a no tobacco rule in effect?
I'm all prepared, I really am. But all the gear nearby, somewhere's close. There's the stuff I need is somewhere's close. I just have to break 2 or 3 things to get this done, that's all. No problem. Speak. I am not hearing you. Are you there?
What's going on, Darren? Can you hear me?
Not hearing you yet. Oh, I think that was you.
My mic's on.
Let me check one thing here to make sure I've got my audio working right.
Testing.
There we go, beauty.
I hear me. There's a little bit of playback, though.
Yeah.
I've got headphones on, so it's not me.
No, it's not you. I'm good now, though. Beauty, we're all good.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up, Heavy Metal.
Yeah. Good to see you again, man. It's been a couple months since we talked. I think we talked on a JP stream a while back. You had some beautiful ocean picture stone. I believe so.
Make this room a little bit different so I'm in it. Now that you're here. Just started to go through some of the stuff that's been laying around here for a while. Pennies in giant jars that are just growing that green cancer and seemingly getting worse and worse. And was thinking, well, it isn't going to get any prettier. And somebody was nice enough to drop it off. And every now and then they ask, hey, have you gone through those pennies yet? And I'm thinking, well,
Mhm.
hell, I don't have anything good to stream with, so let's do the pennies.
Might
Because
as
why
well.
not? Well,
You were talking about cleaning the green goo off of them and whatnot. What about that stuff that Jersey History Hunters were promoting?
not
I've
familiar with
never
it.
like,
I'll look into it, but
yeah, they're promoting something and it's like a giveaway thing, but it's like for car rims, but supposedly really good for silver or any precious metals. That's awesome. Yeah, I have so many questions, dude, because I haven't talked to you in a while.
well, what answers I got, you can have.
I knew you would give that. Um, Number one, just painted coins. I see like on your channel and Nick Molnar, like you all have a lot of painted coins, and it's really cool. It's artwork on top of artwork. You know what I mean? I love that.
Hmm.
But at the same time, you also have ocean picture stone, don't you?
I'm sorry, the last part escaped me there. At the same time, we also have which?
Ocean picture stone. Didn't you have some of that?
No,
Oh,
not
that
sure what
wasn't
that
you?
is. No.
I could have swore that was you. I'm sorry, then. I talked to
Well,
somebody
that's
a
all
few
right.
months back. I
Ocean
know I've talked to
picture
you on a
stone.
live stream before, but I was thinking it was you, and you were the guy with the ocean picture stone. I'm wrong though.
Is that a,
But
what
let's
is
go
that
back
though?
to
What is an
it's
ocean picture stone?
an ocean picture stone is a certain kind of rock, and when you look at it, it looks like the scenery of the ocean. Like there may be grays in it that look like rocks, and blue that looks like the water, and it might look, there might be white going through it that looks like the sky. So when you look at it, it looks like a picture of the ocean.
That
Beautiful
sounds
stuff.
awesome.
I could have
Oh,
swore that was you, man. I could have swore that was you on JP
I could have
Stream.
very
It was a
well
couple
had been
months
on
back.
that stream for sure, but I don't have one of those or I'd be showing it off like crazy. But that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that too myself. But if I ever figure out where is one, I'll send them your way because as you told me all about it
they're
and
in
you want one.
Canada. Dan Hurd, he's in Canada.
Now,
He's the guy that sells them all.
the I'm thinking of the Treasure Family Mayor videos that does his stuff early in the morning on the weekend. Has a lot of the people who are in the detecting and whatnot community there. They got a lot of, I think they got a lot of knowledge when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's another place to look.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you know Mayor Videos at all, Maer,
oh
but
yeah.
he's
I
a
love I love Marlon.
detectorist.
He's great, man.
Yes, he is awesome.
He's gonna be
Cool,
on Flash in Your Pan this Tuesday.
awesome.
Yep,
Well, there you
that'll be
go.
a good time.
You're bang on it. I got about a dozen coins here just to look at to see if they're 2006s there, which it ain't gonna be, but I mean, I'm gonna big that out a
If they
little bit.
are, it's a
Just
plus, maybe.
well, that is it, right? You're not expecting because if you're expecting, you're gonna be let down a lot. So that's not a smart place to start from. Then it's a beautiful happenstance, a serendipity. My favorite word, serendipity.
Serendipity is a great word. I agree with you there.
2007. 2007. Yeah, as I say, there's only another 10 there or so, so I'll buzz through them quickly, and then I've done something with the night, accomplished something. What I accomplished was getting over to Susie Q's at the right time. Tonight she was
Hmm.
qualifying people for her giveaway, and that will happen again tomorrow morning on her stream. Uh, Something in coffee, I think she calls it, but it doesn't last long.
Yeah,
So ring her bell if you want to get in on some pretty awesome. If you ring the bell, then you'll be there. If you don't ring the bell, you may miss out. You know how YouTube can be. So
I didn't
subscribe
know
to
her until
Susie Q,
tonight.
ring the
You told
bell.
me you were over there, and I went over and checked it out. Cool channel.
Well, I'm there quite often, and she said she was getting tired and she was going to pack it in. And I thought, well, I was looking for a reason to go live, and I'm a stream whore, so I just went live
Aren't we all?
and got her all ready because I figured, well, I'll be live when she goes down, and hopefully people will move over, and then people started showing up in mine, and I wasn't ready. I'm like, no, no, go over there, because I'm not ready over here.
Hmm.
So she wanted to fill up a certain number of slots in her giveaway too, so that kind of helped with some new faces coming in and her all up to snuff. She was waiting to get those spots filled so she could get to bed. So I was kind of
Where's
helping
she
a
out
lady.
of?
I'm not exactly sure. The way I see it, I was helping a lady to bed, so
Oh
that's the
yeah,
right thing to
of
do all the
course.
time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't know she was Canadian also, which
Susie,
leads me to this.
Susie,
I
and
called
answer
in
this
because
correctly though. Susie, they're not well. They're painted, but they're not painted by brush strokes and human beings, as far as I know. They do come from the mint that way. It is a what would you call it? An enamel kind of
oh,
thing. And yeah, no, they are issued that way. Absolutely. And
it's
sorry, heavy
beautiful
metal
though,
hit me.
man. I saw that
Yeah.
on your channel a few months back when I subbed to you, and like all these painted coins, it's like it's real artwork, you know? It really is.
Well, I think we're pretty blessed. We're lucky to have some of the coolest coins out there. And once
Definitely.
I get going a little bit, I'll branch out and we'll take a look at some of the other denominations too. It's just easiest to get started in the quarters. I mean, you start finding some of the cool toonies, they're cool, but you pull them out of circulation, you're pulling out $2 a shot each time. And honestly, I do this with my
Hmm.
rent money. So, at first it was, well, honey, I'll be putting most of the quarters back. And then I started to find more and more. And suddenly I got a whole pile of the rent money separated into quarters. And she's been pretty tolerant of that until the other day. And she said to me, well, I'm going to need the box. And I'm like, oh, okay, take the box. That means the box has to go back for rent. And it probably in about half a month, there'll be some money waiting for rent, and I'll be able to play with that again and get me another box. But
There you
that's how it
go.
works for me. We're not we're not
Hey, it's the
handsome
same
or
thing here,
rich.
man. I feel blessed, man. I got like my girlfriend, like we had some bills due and everything. And of course we got the COVID checks, another $1,400. And I was like, I really want a Mind Lab Gold Monster. And she was like, you need to get it. You've always wanted one, and had my back. And that was really cool of her. So I got a dream detector, and yeah, feel lucky.
I am going to do some detecting this upcoming season, but I'm going to do it with the most vintage of detectors because that is what I have. My roommate had this one. It moved with us. My roommate is my brother-in-law, and we take care of him. He's moved in with us, and one of the things he kept all this time is this old detector, and it was down in the garage. It needed a little tiny bit of repair, which I did. And then I pulled out the battery pack, which didn't have no batteries in it, and I thought, well, let's just get the batteries and put it in here and see what's what. And it is a White's Coin Master 4000D. And
That's a good detector.
There's even a video on YouTube to teach you how to use it, and it's got lots of knobs and whatnot. And I said we're just going to take it to the park. There has a bunch of soccer fields, and I says to Dave, my buddy, I said, listen, parents would be standing around this thing watching their kids dropping things, right? If anything got dropped, it's around the outside of where the people would be standing, not on the field. Like
Hmm.
in the summertime, people go out there with a towel and lay out suntan, and that
Yeah.
could be a possible drop. But around the edges, people stand a lot. Going into their pockets for a tissue, they pull something out, then something falls. That's where you're going to find your bits and pieces, I think. So
Oh yeah.
this is the plan. We'll sweep that field first, right after our own yard, I guess. See if we can't figure out how the thing works right. You almost have to have the video with you to consult to know how to set up the discriminator and all these other things. But it did a beautiful job of finding nails in the floor here in the inside the house.
That's all it needs to do. So it's proven, and that's a good detector, honestly. I've saw people hunt with that Coin Master. It's a good one. Whites is they were always good though. They went out of business recently though.
Yeah, they really. That's a shame.
Yep,
Like too
they
many
just went out
things.
of business like in the past 8 months. But they
Really.
customer
Wow.
service, their detectors, they were always great, man. I've seen a lot of guys get out and get gold with whites, like a TDI. They're good detectors. You know,
You
you're
know,
you're talking about that. I went to a local park here that I finally got permission to detect, and there was an amphitheater like in a lodge house because people would get married back there. And I was like, this is going to be a great spot. But I was morel mushroom hunting the other day, a couple days ago. Didn't find any morel mushrooms, but I happened upon the amphitheater and they covered it up with all kinds of rock, like where people would sit. So now I can't detect that because they've got so much rock laying down there, you know? And
right.
there's like 100 seats in this amphitheater and people get married. So, you know, they're dropping jewelry or coins, whatever. And it's always been dirt. And now I went back there the other day and they got all this fresh rock laid over it. And I'm like, man, now I can't detect it.
It's like they're trying to make it difficult for some reason, but
Yeah.
probably not. Just the way the things fall sometimes.
It's because it was muddy and they don't want people, you know, people rent the place out. And they don't want to track mud, get mud on their feet, you know. I went to a wedding one time about 10 years ago. One of my buddies got married back there. And, you know, I remember like women out there with high heels and dresses and they need a place to walk. So that's why they put the rocks down, you know. But either way, it's like I'm out of luck now. I can't detect it because then I'd be moving the rocks and the town fixed it up. So I'm out.
I'm not sure of the ins and outs of what it takes to get in the right spot for detecting. Should be interesting, but I have no idea what our local area is like with regards to what kind of permits are needed or who you should be asking for permission from. I think I'm going to show up at a local park one day and start sweeping, and if somebody has a problem, they're going to have to let me know.
Yeah. That's how it goes most times. I mean, you should be able to metal detect in any part, but like with where I grew up at in Clarksville, Indiana, it's like it's a township, so it's not a city. You go in front of the town board whenever they have their meetings, and that's what I did. And I told them, hey, I should get permission. I want to go metal detecting here, and they gave it to me. They said, yeah, it's fine, you know. So I won't have any kind of problems there.
I think that, I'm not in a particularly small town, but the police are reasonable here. If there was an issue, they'd likely, come up and just say, hey, oh, by the way, you ain't supposed to be doing this. And I'd be like, yeah, yes, sir. What? No, sir.
Yeah,
Three bags full, sir. Didn't know I
that's
was
how they
doing a
would.
thing.
That's how they would be, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, I covered my rear end, but you know, it's that's how most cops would be. I mean, they're not going to come back there and give you a ticket for metal detecting. I mean, if you're out there digging a ditch, you know,
Digging a
then
ditch, yeah.
they might have an issue with you. But I mean, if you're being respectful, they're not going to say anything anyways. There's people back there doing disc golf and kids playing, just all kinds of different things going on in a park. In most parks, you know.
I think it's more what you leave behind. Like you say, be respectful. If you're going to do
Yeah.
a bit of digging, then do a proper fill in and cut that sod off the top and then lay it nicely back on the top when you're done so that, in the end you really haven't disturbed much at all. If you're going to be leaving holes around places, yeah, they're going to hate you. It's not
Hmm.
going to take long. Not
Yep.
well,
You
not
got to
well
take care of
received.
yourself there. So all
Nice
these
quiet.
pennies you've been opening, I mean, where again did you get them? And you said you were hoping to find a 2006. What?
Well, what we got here is a milk jug.
Ooh, I thought I locked myself out.
Somebody dropped off this, and then this kind of a pickle jar, and they were full of pennies. So not too bad if you think about it. When I've separated out the real ugly green ones that's there, and then these ones from in here, plus whatever else is bashing around in there. Anyways, yeah. Let me get this off the table. In a way, it's the eternal struggle for honest content. So, pardon, having these pennies around meant, going through them one day. And I was thinking, well, I want to do some giveaways that I've been trying to do. And the way I was doing it wasn't working out. So I thought, well, I'm going to do a giveaway no matter what. And I'm going to do it in such a way as that if you've come to my and I've taken your name down. Even if you dropped in and left, you're going to be eligible. So I'm going to have at least a few names in the list. And I got some things I can give away. I can try to promote the channel a little bit and get some new people going on. I kind of hit a bit of a lull with the numbers. They've sort of plateaued where they're at. See a few more new people come on and see how that could work out for me. So it's all a great big plan of no planning and YOLOing till I get to where I want to go, or I completely fail. It'll be one or the other. Susie
You
says
won't
she's
fail,
got a
man.
simplex that's totally decked out thanks to Muscle Shell. And Garrett bought white. Well, that's all right. If anybody's
Garrett
going to
bought
own
White.
white, then why not Garrett?
I didn't know that they bought them. I just heard that White's went out of business. But I mean, that makes sense if Garrett did that. That's good to know. I had no idea.
Susie says she's got three different error detectors: a bounty hunter gold digger, a first Texas something, and a Nocta Simplex Plus.
That Nocta Simplex is it, man. For the money, that's the detector everybody's getting right now. I ended up getting a Gold Monster, a Mine Lab. I like it too.
Mine Lab, heard of them, yeah.
Got both the coils. Yeah, I like it. Look what I got last night, man. Can you hear that? I won this last week. It was a Black Mass Pay Dirt's quarter-gram bag.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, and it's perfect timing because I got that Gold Monster and he's got like, there's 5 pickers in this bottle, you know? Not to mention what I panned last night. So all
Nice.
that down there. Yeah, I was really happy. I really needed these little pickers too for the new detector. So it was really cool.
Oh, I see. So you use those then to sort of train yourself and get used to finding that same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Right
You should hear
on.
the detector scream when it sees these little pickers too, man. It's like you can see the difference, especially after like going out and detecting and getting iron and getting just bits of metal and all that. And then you throw this in front of it and it's got it'll shoot to the right and it says, hey, that's gold. And it does that sometimes on the iron and whatnot, but like when you throw this in front of it, it just pops so loud and you can tell the difference. So I know when I get out there in the field and finally find like some silver coins or whatever, it's going to tell me and I'm going to get so much more excited trying to dig it. You know what I
Yeah, I can hear somewhere in the forest. You hear this? Woohoo!
mean? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's going to be
Lucas
that.
chiming in. He's got a Discovery 1100 old school. I don't know to know that it's old school, but cool. And
Hey,
Susie
me and
Q is talking about how Muscle Shell treated her to some additional things for hers on her anniversary of her channel. Sweet. Susie, you're supposed to go to bed. so much,
she
so
was
much
supposed
for
to go to
that,
bed an
eh?
hour ago.
Yeah, you got a thing to do in the morning. What time? Tell us all. What time we got to be up? Give yourself a plug, baby. When do we got to be there? I'm going to be sleeping, so I have to work tomorrow morning. So I work at home now, doing customer service with my bank of computers here, and I get up about 15 minutes before I got to start helping people. So the first few people are screwed.
Yeah, Luke Duke, I'm gonna go out with him, man. We're gonna metal detect. He's got the best spot ever, man. Couple big fields, where they're growing vegetables. I don't know if it's a soybean field or not, but there's 2 of them, and I can't wait to get out there with him. Metal detect that area, and it's a great creek too for gold.
Well, you guys will hopefully find something neat and get it on some sort of video we can all share in, because that's a neat way of being
Yeah,
able to share with the family here.
that's what
Speaking
I need
of,
to do. I've
let's
I've
get us
got a
some.
couple videos being made now. I'm finally gonna start making them. Everybody's been telling me to, so I'm making them.
Well, I decided that the easiest way to make these things is just to do them live, honestly. And I've likened this thing that this is, more and more to this other thing we used to do. And the more I think about it, the more I'm sure of it. This is the new CB radio. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yep.
it's not like ham radio, because ham radio meant that you got to get the license, you got to be checked out, there was a barrier to entry. Now, I was
Yeah.
a CB radio guy who ran ham rig for CB, but that's besides the point. This is open to anybody at all. There's nobody without a phone, there's nobody who can't afford a $20 webcam. If you want to have a channel, I mean, there used to be 23 of them, and then there was 40, and now there's 40 million channels.
Mm-hmm.
And people get together, and some people just sandy bag on the side the way lots of people used to, except now we've got a little side chat for them. Some people would come on the channel, key up, and chat with you, and that's what you and I are doing. And
Yeah.
we used to exchange QSL cards. If you'd get a contact that was beyond your normal area, you would send them a card in the mail that was simply a postcard that had their call sign on it, and you would send yours, and they put it on the wall, and you would put it on the wall behind you, because it would be,
Like
I made
stickers
all
now.
these like stickers now.
Yep.
Exactly. There's so little that is different than this and old CB radio, except that we can now reach around the world anytime,
Mm-hmm.
reliably. I got contact from Vancouver, where I live, to Queensland, Australia once, and I thought, wow, that is so cool. But I could
It
talk
is.
to Queensland. I probably talk to Queensland every day now. We have friends in Australia for sure. You know,
I love that. Like watching General Diggle over in Austria. You know what I
love
mean?
General Diggle.
Yeah.
General
It's
General. I like how he came up with that too, with it being a play on De Gaulle. General De Gaulle. Did you know
I
that?
didn't even
He
realize
told.
that. I didn't even
Yeah,
realize that until you just said it.
he had a previous name that was something similar, but it was another name of a like a De Gaulle, but he switched it, and he switched it to General De Gaulle. General De
Hmm.
Gaulle. Yeah, he mentioned it the other day, and I thought, wow, that was sweet. What a neat
I
idea.
never even knew that. He'll probably go live tomorrow early. I missed him last Monday. But yeah, that dude, he's awesome. He's like, anybody from America, all you got to do is fly over to Austria. I'll put you up. I'll feed you. I want to make your dreams come true. I want to help you find Roman coins. I'm like, that's a great
Wow.
person. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, I like
awesome.
that dude. It was great. That whole 24-hour stream they had, like, a month ago, meeting all these different people, just watching it, checking in. And I watched probably about 10 hours of that 24-hour stream off and on. And the people I've met and have been talking to since, man, it's awesome.
Here's one I pulled out the other day. This was in change, 25 cent, 1945, and I went, not too often you see the king instead of the queen.
Hmm.
But that was part of a coin roll hunt not all that long ago. And I guess in a way you can thank good old Popzilla. If you don't know Popzilla, the guy's such a cool dude. And he sent me this, and when it arrived in a
Wow.
card, I said, if he can send me an ASE in a birthday card, then I can send anything. What can't I send? I mean, I did do a book for Jack Galman, and I'm doing coin books. The quarters, there's a really nice coin book. I'll show you if anybody's interested in a complete coin book. I'm going to put one in an auction soon, because I've got one that's almost ready. But it contains, I don't know, let me grab one. Yeah, this one's mine. I'll show that one off.
I see Susie. She's bragging on her simplex. I'm telling you, that's the best under $300 detector there is.
Under 300 bucks. That's not expensive.
No.
So this one here is a lighthouse, and what it has are these. They're really easy to deal with pages, and what we're missing in my book anyway is just these two. Otherwise, it covers starting in 1907. These are all commemorative. So there are also non-commemorative quarters that circulated at the same time as well. In 67, there's the silver one that's got the cat on it. And 72, there was the commemorative for the Mounties, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And then we go on from there. And there's a series throughout here. This is 1992, 99. There's another series here that is 1999. Then it goes into 2000s. And the first of the painted ones show up here in
Yeah.
2004 and 2006, with the first poppy and the first one for breast cancer awareness. Then we go through the 2010 Olympics. Another painted one came out at that point. We've got the painted ones from the Olympics. They're here, the double poppy, and then we get into those painted ones I was showing in the pairs that I made, with the painted bison, the orca, the
Those are cool.
peregrine falcon, those ones of the 1812 war, the Canadian flag, the large poppy, the current duck, beaver, goose. And then I happen to find these. These are out of a really weird set that is basically unavailable otherwise. I'm going to try to move this underneath here. These are not circulated there. There's only a very faint. You know what? That's no bloody good. That holding things up in the air is for the birds, so to speak.
I
That's no
love on
bloody.
StreamYard that I can turn my phone sideways and enlarge the picture so I can actually see what you're showing now.
Bum, bum. Just make that go away.
God, those are so cool.
Okay. Okay. So, do I want to change here? No, not that. That's much better.
Yeah, those
So
are
those
crystal clear
interesting
now.
ones are these two, this one and this one, where the Canadian flag has this outline in red. That's not a
Hmm.
normal painted coin. It came out of some sort of a set that was made, and it was they found it at the coin shop in the book as being an actual set. It's not something somebody painted, so that's kind of cool. And as I say, there's the current, most recent painted one, the poppy. Gonna hold up for the light. The got the Stanley Cup in there, the painted and unpainted, the orcas, the other orcas. There's two different orcas. They have the ones where the orcas here above are frosted, and then they've got the version where they're not frosted. So we've got both
I
of
like
those
those.
there. And then there's this one too. There's frosted and unfrosted in the clothing. So these people standing here and standing here, they have frosted clothing here and not in this one. So there's that difference. And as I mentioned, those other painted ones. So yeah, I'm going to put one of these in an auction soon. I provided one to Jack Galman so far, so he's going to receive it. It's been shipped to him by a tracked shipping, so we can rest assured it will arrive. But I kind of sold myself a little short, not realizing what it was going to cost to ship. But that's my own thing. I'm learning. This is nothing
Happens to the
small,
best
and
of us.
it's heavy. It's heavy, and it goes beyond a lot of the like the cheap routes. It's like, oh, it's too heavy. It's too the wrong size. So I know now, and that's all right. It's well worth it. Jack got a hell of a deal, and I still did okay. I didn't lose money, so like I said to the wife, live and learn. But I pulled these out of circulation, stacks of similar ones, went through them and picked out the best of them, and threw the rest back. And as I say, even myself here, get this. I'm looking for the British Columbia one. I'm in British Columbia. I don't even have this coin. I don't know where it is. Haven't found one. And the other one I need is Quebec. And other than that, this book is complete. And the other book that I have, which is identical to it, might as well take a look at it. Because it's the one I'm working on now that will be the auction book once I'm done. So let me just back out a little bit. So here's page 1. I think if I get another box of quarters, I'll be able to fill in some of these because they're not that unusual to find, but they are harder to find because they're, older. Then as I get into page number 2, I'm only missing 2 on this page. And then the next page is all full. The next page is all full. And that's it. So it's a pretty good looking book. These books, they have 96 coins in them when they're full. And I hope to be able to offer one to somebody who's interested in having one soon. But not until I'm going to go through another box of quarters. I want to see if I can't do just a little bit better than that. Too many open spots to consider it saleable, in my opinion. I wouldn't want it. Not yet, anyway. But that's my little plan, my little big plan.
Seems like a cool plan, honestly.
I don't know. I haven't had very many people interested in the tray of 20. I was thinking to myself, hey, do you want to mess with it if somebody wants one painted quarter? And it's like, no, it's a kind of a pain in the butt to do if it's only for one painted quarter. So what would make it worthwhile? And I thought, well, if a person wanted to mess with it, then $20. $20 is not a lot of money to most people. And for $20, I'm just going to send, you choose which 5 you want. It's not like coin row hunting where you're going to get whatever the coin rows give you, which, I mean, can be fun too if you're a gambling sort. I'm not really. But for $20, you choose 5. You can choose which painted 5 you want. They come either with their unpainted brethren or a different commemorative. So you end up with 10 coins, and I ship them to you anywhere in Canada or
no
the US.
gamble. You're getting it, So there's no gamble there.
But at first, too, people don't know me. I haven't sent that much out. Jack took a risk and PayPal'd me I haven't done, like, I just got my PayPal set up. So I took it friends and family, and he didn't mind. So I'm going to make sure that, again, I paid for the tracked shipping to make sure it gets there and we know what happened to it if it doesn't. And I made a little video of it, too. So I want everything to go smooth, and for everybody who gets something from me to say it didn't take forever for me to ship it and it got there and it was what I said it was. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Get a good, respectable, what do you call it? What people think of you. What is that called? Your reputation? That's what it is. Yeah,
reputation.
I remember now. Reputation. That's important.
It's always those simple words, man. We forget them.
It's that thing.
Don't blame you. What did I say earlier? Words are hard.
It's that thing what people know you by. Your name?
Yeah.
No, not your name. Your good smell? Well, maybe, but no. That's the place I'm from, Winnipeg, Manitoba. The best place in Canada to be from. Mike Pallet in the house. Hey, Mike.
I'd love to come up there to Canada, man. That would be great. I really want to go to British Columbia. Like, if I could visit anywhere in Canada. Actually, Toronto, too, just because I heard the food was so good. But those are the 2 places. Actually, I'd want to go anywhere up there. We're pretty much the same.
I want to let Mike know how the giveaway goes. As soon as you show up, Mike, I put your name in the list. At the end of the night, I'm going to do a thing by which we will choose who the winner is. All you got to do is either be there to know that you won or watch the video later when it's up afterwards on YouTube and see who won. And if it's you, it's dimebagdarrenlow@gmail.com. Send me your info, and then you will get. Tonight's giveaway is one of the painted coin sets. I'm not sure which one because I'm literally going to give you one of the ones I have the most of. So you will receive 2 different coins, a painted and unpainted quarter in a double flip holder, in some sort of a Christmas card, birthday card, some kind of card that I will not make any writing in. You can reuse that card for somebody else or use it to send away another coin to somebody else. You'll get a note from me, but you will not get any writing in the card. Just know I do that on purpose so that you can repurpose the card any way you want because cards are passe. Because cards are passe.
I'd rather have your autograph.
I seen George signing something on stream the other day. I'm like, all right, we all know how to do his signature now. So if I do this here, put that back. So I got my dime bag banner back up there. I'm looking into some new artwork, maybe pull the pot leaf off of there. I'm not against it, and it's legal up here in Canada, but so many places it's not, and I don't want to exclude anybody who, in down with the 420. So, much as it's no problem for me, I don't want it to be a problem for anybody else. So I'm looking for some new artwork, something similar,
The
but
problem for me, I'm going to have to shell out $222. Isn't that a weird number? 222. That's what it is. Just for having a dime bag of all things. And now I'm here talking about it.
that's
Yep, I got to go on
so
April 22nd
silly.
to go pay the man for having
Oh
a
man,
dime bag. Yep.
I've had it taken away from me. I was in cuffs once for a moment on the side of the street, but when they realized I would never fight them and I was no trouble, they just let me go out of them. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, you
They
have to
just wrote me a
understand.
ticket. But they had me on the side of the highway, dude. They brought dogs. They were inside every part of my car like I was the man, like I'm Pablo Escobar. But I was just like, yeah, I even showed it to them. I was like, hey, man, there it is. I knew they were going to
Yeah,
smell it. So I'm going to take the ticket. It's a misdemeanor. It's not even that. It's getting thrown out of court, pay money, as long as I don't get in trouble for a year. As long as I
yeah.
don't
With
get in
any
trouble
luck, it'll
for a
be
year,
legal
because I'm a
soon enough.
troublemaker.
Troublemaker. The only
Yeah,
thing that ever made me in any way illegal in my whole life, and finally in Canada, at least it's not illegal for Pete's
yeah.
sake.
You don't have to put up with any kind of crap, man. Why can't I keep my money and donate for something good instead of you all just hitting my pockets? But I played the game, so I'll deal with it.
Back in,
Two hundred and
back in the
twenty-two
day,
dollars.
you can pay the fine or you can buy a ticket to the policeman's ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I got all the police stickers on my cars, all of them. It's like and I think that dude, he felt bad afterwards. It was a young cop, man. It was messed up too, the way it happened. I was like letting him by in traffic, and he was like, "Oh, you were speeding." I was like, "Dude, you were riding my ass, man. You were right on my bumper." So I was letting him by. Next thing you know, he pulls me over, and I get a damn ticket because I smelled like a skunk's ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm pretty much after hours stream.
We're there, definitely. No, I was
Yeah,
bored. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna hop on with Darren tonight."
I was on a stream once and somebody said something, typed it into the chat, typed in something was giant, it was marvelous, it was superb, and all I typed was when he typed that, I heard it in my head in a Trump voice. And for typing the word Trump, I got banned for the 5 minute thing. And I won't say the
Oh,
name
really?
anymore. I won't tell anybody the name anymore. But from that point forward, I'm like, I'm only friends with people with a sense of humor, man. Sorry,
Yeah.
if you can't find the funny in that, I am so sorry for you. You and I, we're never going to see eye to eye. I'm going to
Yeah.
say some
People
shit
can't take
tomorrow that
jokes
you're going to
nowadays,
hate.
man. It's pretty sad, man. People they get butthurt everywhere over nothing. I heard some guys earlier. They were talking about Facebook. I don't know. It might have been Marlon's chat. I, was it? It might have been Marlon's chat. It was. If not, it was somebody else. I don't know. But they were talking about getting banned off of Facebook for 30 days because, like, one dude typed the word retard. And I understand. I understand. But at the same time, you're going to get banned for 30 days. And I don't get on Facebook much anymore. I might check in. That's it. once a
I
month. But
I try not to
I'm
waste
glad I
my
don't have
time
to deal
there.
with that. Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what the
ridiculous.
new rules are for there, and it seems like it's easy to step over the line. And I got a profile there that's been there forever, but I just don't even visit it and haven't in years because I think it might be too easy for me to do something stupid and them to be all mad at me, and I can't have that because
Yeah.
stuff I do in life is in work life is related to Facebook in a way, and I can't have a negative light cast up, pardon me, on me
Yeah.
because it will reflect in my professional work. So
And you got to be careful because of that, you know? But I mean, it's not that hard. Mind your P's and Q's, but I mean, it's just like people get butthurt over anything nowadays. And,
the only thing that's happened to people is skin seems to have gotten thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner.
mm-hmm,
You know, you can
you
upset
ain't
somebody
lying.
to the point where they want to get back at you with the simplest of things. Where when we were children, it went nothing, went
Nothing.
nothing. Just another thing, another stupid things a stupid person said, and that's all we took
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what? You just show me how stupid you are, and that's it. That's all. That's it, and that's all. I found this tube the other day in my collection, and it has this Old Spice bubbling bath crystals from Shulton. It's a tube,
That's
and it
cool.
looks a lot like a penny tube. And I thought, okay, well, as I'm looking through these old pennies, I'm going to look through this one and see what's in it. What I didn't realize was it ain't a penny tube; it's actual an old roll. So there's no way I'm opening up that one just yet. I
No,
just don't feel like it. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
I would leave
I thought
that,
it was a
man.
bunch of loose pennies. That'd be different, but this is from
Dude,
back
that's a
in the
treasure
day.
chest in itself. You don't know
I
what's in there, and nobody else does. That's the good thing about it.
I got a couple like that, and then I got
Yeah, that's
this. This is
cool.
pretty cool. This is made for a half roll of pennies, and it's actually patent pending half penny roll, literally. I think it even says cents, yeah, on the top there, cents. And this thing's filled with nothing but George the George the King pennies in there. And I'll tell you, the ones that are closer to are pretty nice looking. They are pretty nice looking. I don't like to put my fingers all over those too much, but I had to have a shuffle through them the other day just because I'm a dummy and don't even own
Can
a
I
set of
ask you
gloves.
a dumb American question about your all's coins?
Yes,
Okay, you all have kings and queens on your coins. Who are the
yes.
kings and queens? Are
Well,
they from?
of England.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I always thought.
We were a dominion of Canada, the dominion of Canada before we were, Canada. That was like a dominion of Britain, and we came over here like you did, but
Hmm.
we didn't leave them behind. We kind of brought them with us, so to speak. So we always had the queen on our money, and before her, the king. And there was two kings. We had George the Fifth and George, I think it is, like two different Georges. So you can find two
Hmm.
different kings, but one king was super short lived on the money, so he's only on there for a bit. And then the queen's been like
Yeah.
you know
So everybody
the
has Queen Elizabeth. But I was always wondering about that because I know there's a lot of French people, like French Quebec and in Canada, and like who is the queen or king? I always thought about that, and I don't know my kings or queens. I know Queen Elizabeth. That's it.
well,
You
she's
know.
our queen, so you're up to date. But she's the queen of, the Philippines, Australia, quite a number of other places where you're going to find her on the back of the coins, and that's because she's the queen there
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
good to know. She is the queen. God
And she's
hell.
done a hell of a
Hey,
job of it.
her husband just died, didn't he?
Yeah, she definitely did. We lost him,
Yeah.
and for people who are into the thing that I'm into, which almost nobody is, I love the TV show Big Brother because Big Brother is the only TV show you can watch that isn't already finished when you start watching it. In other words, I don't care for any of these other reality TV shows because when you start watching, say, Survivor, it's already finished. The people who are in it are already home. You're watching a recording of Survivor. Now, people are secrecy, but the thing is over. Whereas Big Brother happens every week and you watch it live every week and you don't know from week to week and they don't know from week to week, that is the producers, of how it's going to end up. Now, I'm not saying that they don't try to influence the outcome because the producers choose the contests. The contests are more, available to one person or another based on whether they're big or small, strong or whatever. So the contests can definitely swing how things will turn out. But Big Brother happens live every week, and it's the only one that ever has, and it's the only one that ever will. And it's the only reality TV show worth watching because of that. I don't want to see
I know
something
it's
that's already
popular.
done.
I've never
You,
watched an episode of it. I mean, I know about Big Brother, but I've never watched an episode of it. I know it's
it,
popular though.
Big Brother Canada's
People
on
seem
right
to
now,
like
and
it.
you can tune in right now to the live feeds. And right now they'd be sleeping because it's in Toronto and I'm in Vancouver, so
Really?
it's that many. Yeah, but you can live feeds are 24/7, so you can they don't hide anything from you for the most part. Now the Canada live feeds are a little bit different because they're provided to the fans at no charge, whereas in the States you pay for them. So on the paid for live feeds they tend to cut them less, but on the free live feeds in Canada, if they start to talk about stuff that's controversial or they start to tell a story about a third party who hasn't signed a waiver, they quickly cut those feeds because they police what goes out on the live
Yeah.
feeds a lot more than the American Big Brother did. But as I say, because
But
the
you got to
American
know
Big
that's
Brother
it's
costs you
more real
money,
that way.
well, yeah. And if you're a feed watcher, when the show comes on, you already know what's going to be on the show. You've been watching it live all along. What's on the show is for people who watch the show only, and
Now
you wonder,
they're competing in a game, right? It's
yeah,
some kind of game, and they all live together. Isn't that
yeah.
right?
There's 500,000 to be had in the states version and 100,000 in the Canada version. Each week you vote each other out. You ally with other people. You backstab and you lie to other people. You tell them you're going to help them and you don't help them. You tell them that they're safe when they're really screwed. And you do battles for power, so you can win the power of veto, meaning that if somebody's put you up for eviction, you can win the power of veto and say, I'm vetoing myself off the block, so I'm off. You got to pick somebody else. And so now this person who did the picking picked two people, you and another, and now they got to show their cards and pick another person who obviously won't be happy about being picked. So you're kind of giving up your
God,
alliances as you play the game. And then they do games that make you give up your alliances. Like it's a game where if you win, you choose the next two to go up against each other. So you would go up against one person, there'd be a question, you would win the question, and they would walk off and you would say, okay, Bill and Ted, you're up next. And you could see based on who they're pitting one against another where allegiances lie. So you have to play the game, but in playing the game you're giving up your position and who you favor in who you choose to be pitted one against another. It's a great game. And so
I feel
based
like
on
I
that,
would get thrown out. Like I would get kicked off and backstabbed really quick. I would much rather be in a game like Survivor. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go out and like get my own food and all that to survive. But I'd be
well,
on
in
Big
big
Brother if
in
they if
Big
they
Brother,
said, "Hey, come on."
well, there was a fellow who you kind of actually remind me of a little bit. He was a school. It's like he tended the grounds at a school. He was the school
Hmm.
groundskeeper, if you like, and he was down home and backwoodsy and just as cool and regular as you could get. And people just loved this guy. They all thought they looked at his socks and there was something about his socks reminded them of a sock that would be used by a guy in the military. And they all said, "Oh no, he's way more than what we see. I mean, look at the way he moves and the way he carries himself. He's an ex-military guy. I bet you he's been here and done this and done that." And by the time it was all said and done, it was like, "Nope, I'm just the groundskeeper at the school."
Yeah.
It was right on, good job. But
he
oh
didn't
yeah,
have he didn't have it in him.
what a great guy! No, you meet such a neat crowd people. But you were talking about people passing, and in Big Brother there was this. It's been played all around the world, and one of the more famous places is the UK. And one of the top players who's actually come over from the UK and played the game in Canada passed away as well. Her name was Nikki Graham. Now, that doesn't mean nothing to most people, but she was the star of that game, you know. So, passing of Nikki Graham, passing of Prince Charles, not Prince Charles, shit, pardon my French. Not Prince Charles, though. Please don't take that. I'm not talking
I
about him. I'm
can't
talking
remember
about.
his name either. I just saw the
Uh,
news story on it.
I know what he
Prince
looks
something.
like, and I.
He was
Yeah, it's
important to the queen, man. And you know what? She's really old, so you got to think, is she finally, because she's been here forever, man. She's in her 90s, and is that because she really loved that man? That was her man. What's it going to do to the queen? Is she going to pass from this in the next few months? Because it happens when you're with somebody for your whole life and you're in love with them and they pass.
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. Yep,
Give me a
Prince
second there to
Philip.
think of the gentleman. Give the gentleman his due.
Yep.
See, Mike has been mentioning some interesting stuff here. Pretty freaky. About 20-year-old kid that lives in Mike's apartment complex has been being a peeping Tom creeper that got caught by Mike's mom peeking in her window and another
Oh,
lady's window. The kid has super long hair and fingernails, and they're seriously pointed like he's some sort of goof.
yeah.
sorry,
It sounds
sorry.
like a bad person to live around.
The
You,
cops
you
were
might want to whoop his
called.
ass,
They didn't do crap about it, yeah, because they don't want to do it until the guy's done something. So that's kind of too late in doughheads.
Yeah, you go over and pick on him a little bit and let him know what he's doing. He ain't going to mess with your house.
Silliness. People, they make you
You got to
wonder.
nip it you got to nip it and tuck it in the bud.
Well, I'm
Weirdos,
pretty
they
sure I
exist
had
though.
not planned on a 2 hour live stream when I went live, but there it is. Just 2 hours and 18 minutes. And what time is it actually? 10:42. So if I look at getting this till 11 o'clock or not too much, I gotta be done by 11. I gotta be up in the morning, and this morning it was no fun. I don't like
Well, I
myself in
had
the
fun
morning.
coming on with you, man.
I am not good in the morning. Actually, what I
Well, it
really
was
feel
fun,
like I
man.
need
I'll
now
let you
is
go. I'm glad I got to come on and talk to you, though.
well, I'm glad you came on, and I wish a few more people were, brave. There's nothing to worry about. Not going to get bit or nothing. And what I found too, and when you do, go down this road, if you decide that, what you try to do with your channel, apparently doing the live streams is the best way to get your watch time and that kind of stuff together, from what I've been able to tell. So,
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing you're going to want to do.
Yeah, but
But
what about the 1,000 subscribers? Do you actually have to have that, or can you just pay for StreamYard and go live?
you can go live with StreamYard. I don't have 1,000. You don't need that.
Okay.
I have 347. You can go live with StreamYards right away. No problem with that at all. Punch him right in the window. Yeah, he says, just try looking through the window. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Punch him right through the window. Put a dog on him. He ain't gonna be in it again.
My dogs didn't weigh 8 and 6 pounds each. That might be different, but they certainly are on the ball when it comes to barking.
Yeah, a
Being
bark is
being
good though.
Chihuahuas. Yeah, no,
A
they're
bark
right
is
on it.
good.
This one, I live across I don't know, call it a 4-lane street, and the house across the way has a backyard, and that backyard's got a little dog in it, and I swear to God, it sounds like somebody's killing the dog the way it barks. It's a little dog. It might be a Chihuahua. It's got a super high yippy bark that I don't know. Every time I hear it, it's like, wow, really? But
Yeah, I've got
that's the
two
dog's
neighbors,
bark.
man. They put their little Scottish Terriers out every day in a cage, and they just let them bark for like 3 hours at a time. They'll just be out there, and it's like you can hear the dogs going, "Help, help! I want to come in. I'm cold or whatever." It's like these people don't care.
You might not
They
be a
just
dog
open up
person.
the door like, "Shut up, dog!" And I'm like, I hear them through the window. I'm like, "What are you doing, man?"
Oh well. I feel for a dog that has an owner like that. I was really
Yeah,
young, when I was going to school, I went to school, and me and the three other guys rented a house. And one day, this guy brought home a dog. So since he brought home this, it was his dog. And then I proceeded to watch him treat this dog nowhere near how I would treat a dog. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much on the line. Like I'm not only going to open my mouth and deal with you and the dog. You won't be able to live here when I'm done. So it was real
Yeah.
hard. Do I
Mm-hmm.
like screw up the whole living thing because I think he mistreats his dog? Because again, when I'm done, we're not going to be friends. So I
Yep.
bit my tongue, and I wish I hadn't in a way, but what do you do? Damn it.
Tough situation. All right, Darren. I'm out, man.
All right, man. It's been awesome. Thank you for coming up.
Yep. Thanks for having me on, man. You take it easy. Later, everybody
You
in the
too.
chat. Yeah, I got to learn how to turn this off.
Like that. Well, I don't know that there's that much more to do tonight, honestly. We've gone over that quickly harvested by magnetic means patch of pennies, and we know we haven't got a 2006 with no privy mark. Darn. David Carlisle's here. Thanks for the thingy. I think maybe it's time to play a game. So, over the course of the evening, we were visited by Anna, Archaeology Mikey, Bionic Bull 88, David Carlisle, myself, Heavy Metal Detective, is legit Cernoobs, Mark Thomas, Gale, Jack Galman, Indiana Torres, Sir Luke Duke, Susie Q, and Mike Pallett. Big Country not here, man. He's here. I'm going to fix that. We got Big Country in the house. Let's put him in the list. In a big country dream, stay with you. And does that get us? I think that's got us beat. All right. So let's hit the done button. How long should we go? I was experimenting. We could do a 6-second duck drag race, or we could do a duck race that has a longer life. So here, I want you to put either a 1 in the chat if you want a longer duck race, or a 10 if you want a 10-second duck race. So a 10 if you want a duck drag, 10-second duck drag, or a 1 if you're looking for just a flat-out duck race that will go 2 minutes or so. Anna's the only one to vote. You got 2 looking for a little bit more of a race. I'm going to close the voting. That's 3. Oh, hell. Okay. I'm getting the idea here. If you're not passionate enough to throw a tenny in... I'm broken. If you're not passionate enough to throw a 10 in there right now, so I know somebody wants the 10-second duck drag race. Yeah, it is, eh? I think so too. All right. So, in that case, we're going to go 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Thanks. Thanks, Mike. I know you did that just for me. We'll do a little sort. I can shuffle the... What the hell was that? Is that my son laughing?
Yeah.
I think my son just blew a gasket. 10 fine. I appreciate you. Here we go. All right, starting the race here. It's 2.5 minutes of sheer boredom with Jack moving out front. That's Jack Gelman, folks. He's number 10, number 1 in our hearts, number 10 on the side of the duck. With Archaeology Mikey pulling ahead. He's beak and beak with Jack and Sir Luke Duke moving ahead. He's at least beak ahead there. Indiana Torres on the inside lane. Is that the outside lane? Oh, I don't know. It's one of those lanes. Everybody's drifting back, and the pack is looking pretty bunched up with Dimebag Darren Lowe. Purple again, his favorite color. Number 5, moving along, moving along. Hey, I'm right out front. I can't win. Anna, quick. And Anna is quick, and she's moved ahead only to fall back. But she's wearing her mask, so she'll be safe. We're still moving against legit. Sir Noobs is on the inside. Everybody's looking pretty strong here. The pack is not leaving anybody far behind, but Mark Thomas is making his move. Big Country a beak ahead of everybody else right now, and everybody else is just sort of pushing them along. Jack gives him a little nudge. Archaeology Mike gives him a little. Heavy Metal Detective in the slash top hat is moving ahead and then fading back. Everybody's having a little surge with 1:12 left in the race. Anna is staying out front with that safety vest over her beak. Archaeology Mikey surging ahead. Holy mackerel. He's smoking something there. I don't know what it is, but it's making him go fast. Indiana Torres on the far lane, pulling ahead again. Number 11, Ducky, with 52, 51, 50 seconds left in our race. Pardon me. It's still anybody's race with Luke Duke beaking ahead. Heavy Metal also. Your duck looks a little, I don't know. Somebody may have tied its slippers together. It's hard to say. Everybody's doing a little surging with only 30 seconds left in the race. We've got to get a nice big surge and see who's going to be our winner. David Carlisle. Oh, look at you. Number 4, pretty much ahead of everybody right now with 22 seconds. And Mike Pellet surging ahead and falling back. It's still anybody's race with 15 seconds left to go. Don't be holding your breath. It's a little too long for that. Luke Duke, David Carlisle, everybody falling back for a final surge. Coming up along the middle, Mike Pellet, Metal Detecting, Heavy Metal Detective? Holy mackerel, how the hell did you do that? Well, somebody kicked the nitrous into effect here and blew past the rest of them to make it happen. Heavy Metal Detective, you are the winner of my very 3rd giveaway evening. Nicely done. So please send your contact information to dimebagdarrenlowe@gmail.com. And the next time I get things sent out, and I'm starting to have to do a few of these here, you will get something in the mail, which will be a combination set of quarters. So very, very much for playing tonight, everyone. Well, Heavy Metal Detective, look at you. Nice job. All right. And we'll put the banner back. There it is. Hard work pays off. Nice. Well, that's it, folks. I thank you for coming around. Those of you who came on your own, those of you who came from Susie Q's, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning if you haven't got enough entries. Want some entries into Susie Q giveaway, you're going to want to tune in. Go over to Susie Q's channel and click on the like, click on the sub, and click on the bell so that you know when she goes live. 2 hours and 29 minutes in, it's time to make this thing go away, folks. I'm so glad we had time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time I have to say, so long, 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 long. Can't go that low. Good night.